Ola News TV.
Barnaby Joyce Scandal hit Australia Deputy PM to resign. Barnaby Joyce says he will resign as Australia's Deputy Prime Minister following a politically damaging saga that began with his affair with a former staffer. Mr. Joyce said he would step down on Monday as leader of the Nationals, the junior government partner. He had previously resisted calls to quit amid intense scrutiny over his ministerial conduct. The scandal has dominated Australian headlines for more than 2 weeks. He described his decision on Friday as a circuit breaker for his family and new partner. "This current cacophony of issues has to be put aside," he told reporters. Prime Minister Malcolm Turnbull issued a statement shortly after thanking Mr. Joyce for being a fierce advocate for rural and regional Australia. Who is Mr. Joyce? Mr. Joyce has built a prominent profile during a parliamentary career that began in 2004. The outspoken politician is perhaps best known for once threatening to kill Johnny Depp's dogs over a quarantine violation, and for briefly losing his job over his New Zealand dual citizenship last year. A leading Conservative, he represented rural voters as leader of the National Party. Joyce wins back seat after citizenship row. How a dual citizenship saga befell Australia. Why was he pressured? Mr. Joyce said he faced a litany of allegations in the weeks after a newspaper exposed his relationship with Vicky Campion, his former media advisor. He has repeatedly denied breaching ministerial standards. Political opponents questioned him after 2 unadvertised jobs within his party were taken up by Jens Campion last year, and over whether he sought a gift of free housing from a businessman. He also vigorously denied a sexual harassment complaint that was made against him by another woman. Last week, he sparred publicly with Mr. Turnbull after the PM criticized his shocking error of judgment and declared that ministers would be banned from having sex with their staff. Mr. Joyce said Mr. Turnbull's comments had caused further harm but insisted the pair could still work together. Australia PM's comments inept, Deputy says. Joyce's authority eroded. Hywell Griffith, BBC News Sydney correspondent. Fighting a barrage of bad headlines, Barnaby Joyce knew his position had become untenable. Sometimes strenuous denials and combative rebuttals just aren't enough to win back the news agenda. More importantly, they didn't succeed in maintaining the trust and credibility he has enjoyed for most of his career. Although Mr. Joyce is known as a battler who enjoys a big personal vote, support amongst his colleagues had started to ebb away. And so, rather than face the potential humiliation of a leadership contest, Mr. Joyce took matters into his own hands and put himself on the backbench. Marriage breakdown. Mr. Joyce has previously apologized to his estranged wife Natalie Joyce, 4 daughters, and Jens Campion, for the public manner in which the scandal has played out. He has described the breakdown of his marriage as one of the greatest failures of my life, while Mrs. Joyce told media the situation was devastating. On Friday, Mr. Joyce said he hoped his decision would help his family. "This has got to stop. It's not fair on them," he said.
Wow.